Testing. Testing. We're here.
KYE.
The KYE podcast. Here, look, we're gonna clap because we're insufficient in audio. 1, 2, 3. I don't feel like that was it was loud enough. Hey, look, it peaked enough. It peaked enough.
All right, dude. As long as it's good for you, because I didn't make a single noise with that clap.
It peaked enough. Welcome. You're probably noticing we're missing someone.
Our little Colombian.
We fired him.
We fired him.
He wasn't doing good enough. He wasn't. What is it?
He wasn't providing
say something wild.
efficient. He
was
was
it?
just look. Okay, I don't know where to go with this, but all I'm gonna say is he's in Colombia right now. Okay.
He's thinking about it. We sent him back home to think about what
We
he's
sent
done.
him home, and for 9 days.
9.
9 days. That's
Nine,
it.
nine,
I
nine.
don't want anybody to get pissed off about this. In 9 days, he comes back.
9 days.
Yeah. And he's having fun out there. I'll tell you what. You know
He's
what he
having
told
fun?
me today?
What did he tell you?
He told me that he was like, "Hey, bro, I can't get into Hard Rock betting, so I can't bet over here, but they have sports betting bars."
Bars?
Yeah, and that's where he went. I don't know how it went, but I'm sure we're gonna hear a few stories about that,
Dude,
bro.
if we sent him $1,000, he probably could. How much is $1,000 in Colombian?
I'm pretty sure that's like a good amount of money there.
I was about to say you could clean up.
Yeah, because he mentioned that to me before about like how the money there is like our money is so much more than their money. It's just
Yeah, dude.
weird.
I think it's like I think it's 3 times. I think it's 3 times the value or something. 3 to 5 times the value. So say you have like $500 here, you've got $1,500 there. And I think you can stay at like really nice hotels and shit too. We gotta get our passport, dude. Fucking KYE Colombia, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
We're not
KYE
even- we're not-
Japan.
We're not even
KYE,
gonna take
bro.
Dez. We're gonna go to Colombia without Dez.
We're
just
gonna
to
go,
really-
yeah, and then he's gonna do the KYE podcast by himself here, just him, and then he's gonna talk about us, and then it'll just be a fair trade because he didn't invite us.
That's how it goes.
It's all
Was
good.
it was like a
I'm
wedding
not
or
upset.
something he had?
No. I think it was like a little he was gonna go visit family up there, but then like his parents did it for like Christmas or something to bring him up there, him and his girl. So they went up there to see some family because I know he only goes like once a year. I don't know if he goes twice a year.
Oh, well,
But
yeah, well, sorry.
it's gotta be a pricey trip.
Long story short, there's no Dez. That's why you see that there's just 2 of us. Okay. We
He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit. I can feel him.
Oh yeah, I feel him.
You feel him?
I feel him every moment. Even when I don't even,
It's
even
just
when
a-
I'm asleep, I feel
It's
him.
just a different dimension, really. He's here. He's just not physically here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's focused. I don't want
I'm just making sure he's not in the back seat.
to.
Sneaky, slippery little
Dez!
bastard.
You son of a bitch! When'd you get back?
So we're gonna start it off with, what if we are living in a simulation? Okay. You see, this is a very common. It's a very common topic today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive into the mind-bending reality, popularized by the thinker Nick Bostrom. Have you ever heard of Nick Bostrom? Do you know who that is?
That last name's crazy, but no, I have not heard of.
I think you have to think about it. Have you heard of Nick Bostrom? You probably haven't, but I know. I
don't know why, but it seems
you know
like
his work.
like,
You know his
yeah,
work. You know his
yeah.
work.
What is?
He made The Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
They made the movie The Matrix.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like the concept.
It's a good movie.
It is. You know what I mean? It's like
So you say he made The Matrix. Like, is it like one of those things where The Matrix was created like in a different way, and then someone created a movie out of it? Like, it's like a book or something.
Hold on. Let's see if that's true, dude. Let's see if my notes are accurate or not. Look that up.
Yeah, I can look it up.
Look up, please. Look up who the fuck Nick Bostrom is, dude. Let's see if I did wrong research today.
Well, shit, bro. I mean, Nick.
I think I did, but the way these notes are worded, it makes it seem
Nick
like.
Bostromi.
Yeah, what is he?
Nick. Oh gosh, that's him.
Oh yeah, that's him. That's Nick.
Nick Bostrom, guys.
What did he do exactly? Hold on, I may have, that one was like a weird. It's something to do with the Matrix, but what is it?
Known for his work on existential risk, the anthropic principle, human. Okay, this doesn't say. It doesn't say that he's a movie director.
That's right. I think I copy and pasted the wrong thing. Hold on, dude. Who the fuck is Nick Bostrom? Just for these gets to listen to it.
Well, I don't really know. It says he's a philosopher known for his work on existential risk, the anthropic principle,
Why the
human
fuck?
enhancement ethics, whole brain emulation, superintelligent risk, and the reversal test. Seems like something to do with like the Matrix shit. I mean, this It's really weird. I don't know. I really don't like. I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand these like.
Well, he
these
has like
words.
Nick Bostrom. He has like simulation theory, bro. But I don't know
Well,
why I said he invented the Matrix. That's my fault. Nick Bostrom didn't invent the Matrix, but Nick Bostrom's concepts of the simulation theory helped the Matrix.
so what? Okay, so his theory as a philosopher is kind of how they pieced the Matrix and created the Matrix. Okay. So that makes a little more
I
sense.
misread these notes, bro. So fucking bad, bro.
That's all
That's
good.
so funny, but yeah. But yeah, so it's like basically like
Hold on. Let me read this.
yeah, please.
He is the author of some 200 publications, including a bunch of the stuff I just said. So
Involving like
well, it's I guess books, and it says anthropic bias, global catastrophic risk, human enhancement. Most recently, the book Superintelligence: Paths, Dangers, Strategies.
So he's
I
like
mean,
some sort of like
like a
he's-
philosopher, author.
I don't know why yeah, well, Nick Bostrom. Now you guys know that was like a weird one that I wasn't supposed to mention, but I did anyway. So we'll leave that in there for fun.
So Nick Bostrom is the director of The
He's
Matrix.
the director of the Matrix. Okay,
and
could
he's
you
good
guys?
friends with Keanu Reeves.
Do you guys want to? Could you guys just follow along? Are you guys even listening?
lock in? Okay.
Stop getting
Who-
off task.
All right, no,
Who's-
pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Who is Nick Bostrom?
Who is it? It's like Dora. You have to like pause for a second for him to respond. Correct.
That's right.
He is. He is.
Good
That's
job.
Good. That's really good.
One of the viewers. He's gay.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. He is. All right. So the fucking it's basically like how do we define real? Right. Here's just a concept. Right. Like when you're in the simulation, how do you find real compared to the simulation? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what is even so you're in the simulation? Why does it even matter that you're in a simulation to begin with? Then, right? It's like what good does it know? What good does it do to know that you're in a video game as a video game player? All it's gonna do is just give you another weird like. Think about if you're in God of War and you're God of War, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you know you're God of War in a God of War video game. Like the whole entire dynamic of the game is fucked.
No, you're right. But isn't that a failed simulation?
What is it?
Kind
Well,
of.
the thing is, they like the theory of it is so like in theory, a failed simulation is like when the fucking people become sentient enough to realize they're in a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the failure. Do you wipe it after that?
That's like so. Like I'm just thinking in the perspective of us. If we were as like humans, to like create a simulation,
Yeah.
and then something like goes wrong in it. But I guess a simulation isn't meant to go right or wrong. It's to see what happens, right?
So the way that they explain the simulation theory, bro, is like there's a source machine, and then there's machines that are offshoots of that source machine, which is basically what our consciousness is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like our consciousness is a source of a massive source. So everyone's consciousness is linked. So like when you're like walking around going like, why do I feel depressed right now? Well, because there's links that most people are feeling probably depressed right there. But like
It's
nobody
like
wants
a depressing energy.
nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's weird, and it's like that one dude, I can't remember his fucking name, but he has these crazy simulation theories, and it's like, but at the end of the day though, it's like, what does it really matter, right?
Yeah.
Like what would is it it's kind of like an appeal? I guess it can kind of give you a little bit of like edge to know that you're a player in a video game, so don't take it too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of like what the good takeaway from that would be from, or would it be like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like if you are aware of it, and then you're also aware that there's nothing you can do about it, you'll kind of torment yourself.
Yeah.
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 So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like anything in life. If you have no control over it, then just let it be.
Yeah.
It's like it's nothing you can control. So why are you trying to control it?
Exactly.
So like I totally understand it because I bet dude that would drive me crazy if I was like, oh my goodness.
It's like
yo.
these physicists, they all sit there and they do like 30, 40, 50 years on simulation theory. And they
Mhm.
study simulation theory nonstop just thinking about like simulation theory. And it's pretty crazy that like they don't go mad. Well, I'm sure some of them do. Why don't they don't talk much about those?
Yeah, I
like
mean,
all of my favorite philosophers, dude, all of them eventually go crazy. Like what is that? Like why like all of them like any like what Tesla, fucking Plato, Socrates, like they eventually just all kind of go in like a weird like self-solitude craziness after a while because I think society just gets old. Like, what do you think it is that makes them all like thinkers? For some reason, after a while, are just like, fuck it, I don't want to be here no more.
I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of how like when I was younger, like growing up, I always thought you had to stay in the same field. Like whenever you were gonna like grow up and be like
Right.
a worker in
Same.
whatever industry.
Same.
So like I like look at that now at older and I'm like, how can you stay in that field? Like there's got to be something like there's got to be some way where they're kind of like cuz I mean, to be in that field, bro, you have to be very interested in just learning,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I bet you that they were just like, yeah, I'll find something to learn, you know?
And it's
Like,
just
I mean, you know, shit. Kudos to them for that, but fuck. I mean, I don't know how long do you keep looking at the same fucking pictures being like, "Oh,
it's like
oh my gosh, look at this."
it's just interesting how like the simulation theory has progressed with different ideologies, but they've been talking about it since like Plato's time. You know what I mean? Because like he's the one that came up with the allegory of the cave. If you're familiar with that concept, the allegory of the cave is basically him, right? Because this is back in the days of before I think pre-electricity, I'd say, and like they had like candle and everything. So like what they would do is like lighting, right? So his ideology. There's evidence that you're in a simulation, and no matter what type of technology you have, as long as you have a good mind, right? So like what he'll do is he'll like he was in a cave doing this shit, bro. Like had a candlelight and would hold shadows up to the light, and then the light would cast that onto the cave wall. And he's like, well then, what am I seeing then? Everything I'm seeing could just be a casted shadow onto the cave wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's just like, it's so interesting that someone's mind from that many years ago is the same as like somebody who's creating AI with computers, but they're doing it just in different ways.
Yeah.
But the human mind finds ways to figure that shit out, no matter what they have.
No, that's trippy. Yeah, you're not
Weird
wrong.
as fuck, bro.
It's like, and that's such a weird like way of like, you know, during that time, that was his way of seeing it. You know, by having a reflection from light, like what is it? The shadows showing on the wall.
Yeah.
Like from it. Like,
Yeah. So it's like he's like basically saying, I can make anything be casted on this wall, and it's just perception of shadows. But these shadows are actually just my hand, but they look like on the wall a dog.
And all these shadows know is just
and all these
technically if they had any like
And
like I don't know.
So if you're just watching the shadows of a wall, like that's the biggest trip part of it all, right? So it's like you're looking at you're looking at a cast on a wall, and someone's doing a puppet show with their hands, and then you cast further back, and it's just a human's hand, and then you cast further back, and it's actually just, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you go back in the dimensions, and like you start reaching all kinds of weird fucking things, and it's like what's casting the shadows in front of our eyes? That's what's weird.
Yeah, that's
you know,
that's a trippy thought.
Plato, dude. Plato be fucking putting some weird shit up there, dude.
Well, Plato's the one that wrote about Atlantis, right?
Yeah, I think he was the one that had I think his grandfather told him about the hidden city of it, or the forgotten city of Atlantis, which is the city that had the great flood. So it's that whole big underground. So it's like like them talking about flooding and stuff has been going on forever, dude.
Yeah.
Like the sea has been coming up forever. Like that's just how it goes.
I think that we've just gotten to a point now where we manipulate it.
How do we manipulate?
Like we manipulate like because of like all the like, you know, obviously like pollution, all that kind of stuff. We manipulate the weather and like the melting and all that kind of shit. Like those things. Obviously, I just feel like now and then we like notice it way more. You know, but back then, like the smallest tsunami was the end of the world. You know, like I mean, like
it really was.
A hurricane came by and it was like, what do we do? Like, you know, like
exactly.
You know?
You're not wrong. You're absolutely
not
wrong.
Now I can go into a building and just be like, well, hopefully nothing gets in here.
You're like, bro, we have to dig a hole. There's wind. There's fire. Yeah, I know. It's pretty fucking disgusting.
I even have a car I could run into. You know, just.
Fuck. Flies off.
Starts flooding. Fuck.
But that's like the same thing with like the illusions of like they even talk about it in Hinduism, right? Where it's like the fucking they describe the material world as Maya, right? That's like what they call Maya, which is the material world, right? You have like your spiritual world, which is like you with your eyes closed, right? And anything can go crazy in there, right? But then you open your eyes, right? And then this is the material world. And if you really, really focus all your heart and emotions on this world, guess what? You're going to be sad. It's scientifically proven. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's the world of Maya, right? Where it's like falling into traps of materialism, which then leads to attachment, which then leads to sadness or some sort of emotional distress.
Mhm.
You know,
What is that called again?
Maya. That's what they
Maya.
call like the material world, Maya, in Hinduism. Anyway,
Okay.
this Hinduism's an interesting one because they talk about simulation theory like fucking centuries and centuries ago, dude. Like fucking before computers were even a thing. So like you couldn't compare simulation theory. Now when you talk about simulation, it starts getting real computer-esque.
Yeah.
But like back then, they talk about simulation theory, and you have a completely different mindset about it.
I mean, back then you talk about simulation theory, you probably like more than
Doesn't
90% of the room does not know what the fuck you mean.
I feel like when you talk about simulation theory in the modern day, you start like envisioning like microchips, like you start like envisioning like stuff to do with like technology and shit. Like you don't think of like people talking about simulation theory in the woods with no technology.
Yeah, no.
Like,
or
what
like
the fuck?
in wooden houses, like
What the
fucking
fuck?
like oh.
You guys are
shit.
talking about simulation theory, and you guys.
Like you just walk into a room with a lantern, you know, and then you're like, "Hey, Bill,
It
you
seems
okay?"
like such a modern
He's like,
concept.
"Do you think this is real?"
Bill, where have you gone?
Bill, I really don't know what you're talking about, and you're scaring the fuck out of me. Okay, Bill, you are literally. I'm gonna put you on a cross and burn you.
There's like, but it's just like all the guys that study simulation theory, they all root back to like the odds that we are in a base reality are so slim. Like for this to be a base reality is just like it's almost impossible. You know what I mean? And that's just what's weird about like yeah, it's a weird one, bro.
Well, I mean, like whenever I see like AI generated videos on like YouTube or whatever pops up nowadays, it's on Instagram a lot. You'll see like these AI generated videos, and you're just like, these are like fake people. Like this is a fake video of like a fake person created, and you look at this video and you're like, you know, if they got this down, this could look real. Like, you know, and I mean that's just like a whole nother thing, right? Like where it's just like, isn't that kind of like it simulating and creating its own like thing, you know?
And then like you're trying to find this thing, but the thing doesn't even really exist.
Yeah, you know.
What if like
Like now I have a face of a human being that I'm looking at, and I'll probably maybe find someone that looks close to it, but not an identical person.
You find a face of a beautiful woman and you fall in love with her, right? And she's texting you and sending this. No, we're gonna go down this path. And and she's texting you and she's sending you all these things, right? And then just to find out, it's all the CIA trying to get you to kill yourself. And you're Martin Luther King. That's
Why did she block me? Why did she ghost? It's because she never existed.
I find that to be so creepy. Like the CIA nowadays, bro, they can come out with like all kinds of like they can come up with a fake girl that comes through and just manipulates everybody and just gets all this information and then never even was real.
It's actually true though. It's really it's like that girl never existed. But you know what's interesting is that on Instagram there's like profiles, like AI profiles that they have now created, and they're like, you go onto the profile and you can literally see, and it says like AI virtual assistant or shit like that in their profile, and that's on like there's like quite a few like profiles that are like that now.
You can make your AI virtual. You can create what your virtual assistant looks like, I guess, eventually.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think it's just a fake virtual assistant.
So they make them.
They just have it on there, like it's like a fake person.
Imagine
like,
this, bro.
A fake profile.
Imagine this, okay? You got all that shit. You have that shit. You can webcam them, FaceTime them, and it looks like a real person you're talking to, but you're talking to nothing. But they have the same emotional response. They have the same everything.
That's eerie.
And it's not a real person, but it's kind of like Cortana, like all fucking Halo. Like where
it
is.
Like it is. Dude.
Cortana.
I mean,
Cortana,
that's fire, though.
It's like Cortana because it's like a fake.
You're talking about the hologram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that, like, and then that like...
Because Cortana's not real.
No, but that's cool. Like, that, like, you know, I fucking, goddamn it, it's Halo, bro. Fuck it.
I love Halo.
That's the coolest shit ever,
Halo 1
okay?
through Halo 3 was... Well, Halo 4 was sick, okay? I'll give it that. I'll give them that.
I even liked Reach.
Reach was good. Reach was good, too. Reach was good.
But, bro, fucking... That, like, idea of, like, creating a system and then being able to humanize it so much to the point where you can't even realize that it's a system.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's so eerie.
That right there, I think, is somebody's like big goal in life is to create something that made by technology that you can't that tricks the mammal mind basically. So like the things if it's tricking us, think about what you could do to animals. Like think about what you could do to like how you could like manipulate other animals into thinking that this animal is an actual animal, and then the close-up footage you could get of it, and just like all the crazy shit you could do. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you're right.
It's wild, dude.
It's insane, honestly.
You can trick nature because we are nature, and once it tricks us, we're like the pinnacle of nature. A human is the pinnacle of like nature and intelligence. Like if it can trick a human, I think it can trick anything.
Yeah, for real. No, you're not wrong. Like, that's another thing is that like, you ever seen the movie Ex Machina?
Yeah, it's a good one.
You know, it's like, in the end, you know, you kind of feel bad for a fucking robot because it's been manipulated and trapped its whole entire like existence.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you're kind of sitting there and you're just like, I don't know. It's just so weird because you're like, bro, we could have that technology. That technology is being created, bro. It's turning into reality slowly.
It is, but it's gonna cause people to like go crazy.
You're not wrong. I'm gonna look up fucking. There's a movie with Tom Cruise, bro. Mission Impossible. Imagine. No.
There's like 18 of them.
Yeah. There's
Mission Impossible.
One of them. I'm gonna find it in just a second. I promise. You just hold
Tom Cruise,
on.
Mission Impossible.
I'm literally going down the list of Tom Cruise movies. And here we go. I found it. It's called Oblivion. And I don't really know, like, the premise of the entire movie. I'm going to read it real quick.
Oblivion, there's a video game called Oblivion that was made by Bethesda. It's like
I have heard of that
the beginning of Elder Scrolls, pre-Elder Scrolls, but continue.
Oh, really?
It's good.
I didn't
like
know that. I thought that was like, maybe there's like a, oh no, never mind. I'm thinking about Alien Isolation.
It's pre-Skyrim, not pre-Elder Scrolls. It's made by Elder Scrolls, so it's actually like it's a prerequisite to Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I like that one.
Oh. When did that come out?
I can get nerdy, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, when did that come out though? Because that's gotta be.
That one came out like 2004, maybe.
Yeah. But
maybe even earlier.
For the movie Oblivion, in the year 2077, Jack Harper works as a security repairman on the Earth left empty and devastated after a war with aliens. Jack has 2 weeks left before his mission ends and joins his fellow survivors on a faraway colony. However, Jack's concept of reality comes crashing down after he rescues a beautiful stranger from a downed spacecraft. The woman's arrival triggers a chain of events that culminates in Jack's nearly single-handed battle to save mankind. So, like, the premise of this shit, bro, is that I don't know if they're actually aliens or if they're artificial intelligence, but like humanity basically got like wiped out, and there's like a space station in space now, but the fucking Earth is inhabitable. Like you can't really live there anymore. So it was just like this crazy concept of like, what if AI was to take over and like they know that there's no chance on Earth and that they would just like create some sort of station, like you know, but like how long does that last until? You know, natural solar system shit happens. Unless it's a fucking, what's it called? You literally
simulation.
Yeah.
And that's what that guy roots back to the simulation thing, and then we're off the simulation. Okay, we'll talk about simulation next time. Okay, I know the simulation.
I know. I'm sorry. I like the.
I do too. I love
know?
the simulation talk, but some people don't like it. I don't know. It makes them start questioning their own reality, and then they start freaking out. But basically, what he was saying is like it gets back to the quantum physics of everything. Space, if you're looking at it, those stars are just reference points for the simulation. Like when you're looking at the stars, right? They're just reference points to the simulation. So that's why, like when the sun rises, they're gone because they're just reference points. Because apparently, according to quantum physics, if you're not there, it's not happening. Do you see what I'm saying? So space, the moon doesn't exist right now because we aren't on the moon. It only exists if you're on the moon. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's quantum physics. Because it says like that you can't have something without perceiving it. So the moon doesn't exist right now unless me and you are both on the moon and with it at the same time. It's just a concept. You know what I mean?
I can see what you're saying. I mean,
and that gets
like as far as I'm concerned, I've never been on the moon, so it's just a picture in the sky every now and then.
The only way I would know that the moon is a reality is to go to the moon. Like, how else would I really... Like, that's like the simulation theory. Like, because like that's the same thing with like for example, like at work, right? Say we're in the work parking lot, right? The office that we do shit in does not exist right now because we're not in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? That's how this simulation works. Because if you're in there, then it has to process.
Well, what about like cameras and stuff right now? Cameras that record the night.
You can't see that unless you see it. So it's like that because apparently, bro, there's not enough RAM in the space for you to be able to do that. Like the world's not big enough for it to exist without you being there. That's what this guy's like concept is saying.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, that's a weird, yeah.
Because it's like how, but it kind of makes sense too. Because
yeah,
it's logical.
a little bit. Like you have to like really like.
So the room's not. So like our room that we sleep in at night isn't there right now. Until we get there. And that's just kind of a weird
I get
thing,
it, but at the
right?
same time, I'm kind of like thinking, well, I have family there.
That's the reference point, and
You
that's
know?
what makes it weird. But if your family wasn't there, the house wouldn't be there.
It's like it's so weird. It's like
But it's like you need people
what
there.
kind of Minecraft talk, bro? It's like I go over there and my house is gone. And it's not
gone,
loading in. The chunks aren't loading
and
in.
it's only gone, yeah, because the chunks haven't loaded in yet. But as soon as you turn around, these graphics are so good. Like the back seat's not there, right? But I turn around and it graphicizes so quick. That's how good these graphics cards they got us in, bro, are, dude.
Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying.
But if
But
you
like
talk-
that's what they say about like space, you know? It's
Yes.
like, oh, we can't go deep into space. It's because
you can't load it.
nothing's gonna load.
You can't load.
You can't load shit out there. You're fucking going too deep, bro.
It's like going.
It's buffering.
It's literally, bro. The computer's only so good. It just starts spinning and like burn.
But it's so interesting to say that because yeah, you're not wrong because right now it's driving me crazy thinking about it.
It's weird, dude.
Because I sit here and I'm just like, oh, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's a good fucking possibility. This is all just.
And then you introduce psychedelics
ones
into
and
these.
zeros.
Then you introduce psychedelics into these. Like you take mushrooms and then you talk about this stuff and then have these crazy outer body experiences. But then these people will do this, but then they're in pen and paper and they're writing it down like they're studying, bro.
Yep.
So then they're like, okay, all right, we'll reference this. Okay, we reference this, and then they literally read it back when they're sober again, and then they're just like, what the fuck? And then they compare notes. Psychonauts are weirdos, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean,
they really are.
I mean, it's just so interesting that people will do that, but then there's like scientists and stuff like that that'll look at them like you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is not what you should be doing, or like just like looking at them like looking down upon them or something, and you're just like, well, I mean, I don't know. You're so like scared to like not have control of your mind.
Yeah.
That it's halting you from being able to possibly understand something you don't know.
That's exactly what it is, dude.
Mhm.
That's exactly what it is. That's like why, like, the occult, you know, they freaked out about people that would do, like, necromancy, which was, like, talking to the dead and, like, meditating with dead bodies and stuff. Well, it's just because I'm trying to experiment. And, like, you can't, and if there's no willing to experiment, how will you not know? So, like, these people, like, it's creepy, right? Like, necromancy's creepy as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, how do you not, how do, like, the Agora from the fucking Indian tribes, like, they believe in meditating on, like, meditating with dead bodies because they have certain frequencies that you can pick up on that you wouldn't know about. And most people that see a dead body, they run away, they freak out, they call the police.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Western way of thinking. And, like, in the East, they see dead bodies all over the place. So that they sit there, they take their panic, that panic of, like, the normal intuition of seeing a dead body that a normal human has, they go, similarly to how you would if you feel panic on a mushroom trip, right? You just go, and you just breathe it in, and then you meditate. So it's just to see how you're feeling and to see how the emotions you feel in that moment, just to see what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I went and visited that dead man's hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sat on top of the hole and I meditated. And bro, you feel just sickness. Like you start feeling sick, which is weird.
Like in your stomach and shit? Like,
More here in my throat. It was more in my throat. Nothing in my stomach, but I felt like my throat was closing, and I felt like the part, you know, like when you feel like you're about to throw up, that push you get, like in like your whatever these are.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. So I stopped and I got up and like started like getting real weird because like I just like didn't expect that because I was expecting a peaceful meditation like I get in my room, but that meditation was not a peaceful meditation.
Yeah, no, but that's so interesting because some horrible shit happened there.
You know what I mean?
So it makes sense. It's like it honestly, dude. It sounds so crazy. It sounds like they're like going at your throat or something.
It's,
like you know,
and there's
all
people,
the souls all the energy there is just going at you.
The people were hung there, bro.
Yeah, no.
And it's hurting my throat, and it's like that's where they were hurt.
No, but if I was hung, I'd fucking haunt. I mean, that's fucked up, dude.
It is, man. We'll go to that hole. We'll document that hole, and I'll meditate on the hole again just for KYE. But
And I'll do it with you,
I
bro.
don't like because I want to see if you feel it. I wish
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have told you that, just so I could have had like been like what do you feel? What do you feel? But like I'm telling you, that shit is just it's real if you're willing to feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like, you know,
And me and you are good.
paranormal things are like something that is talked about a lot. I don't know. I don't feel like paranormal things are things you can see.
They're not.
You
And
know,
and
and
dude,
people want to see it so badly because if you seeing is believing, you know, or
Yeah,
something like that.
it's not. It's not that.
not,
It's like
yeah.
me and you are artists, bro. We feel more than the average person.
Mm-hmm.
So that is part of what it takes to feel the paranormal. You have to have like that artist type of like detachment
Mm-hmm.
of like when you're writing and you just or you're singing and you just forget where you are for a second. That type of mind space is the same type of mind space with paranormal activity. You know, and that's why they say artists have like the most paranormal lives. Like if you talk to all these artists, bro, they're the ones because they're the ones that need creativity. So those things are there to make them creative.
Yeah.
It's weird, bro.
Yeah,
It really
no,
is.
man. I mean, you ever hear about that like theory about like how like the afterlife and all that kind of stuff and like multiverses?
Yeah.
It's like that's like connected. Like that is
Well, that
those
gets
are two things that people think are separate. Like there's a whole different dimension, and
Yeah.
then there's like heaven, you know, and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But in reality,
Mhm.
it's like it's a version of both of those combined.
Absolutely right.
You know.
And that's what that weird dude that talks about the back to the simulation theory. This dude talks about how like the death is a different simulation dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still experiencing it. It's just a different dimension and a different reality. So death in itself is a different virtual reality.
Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just you start to see things that you can't see in this perception, but you don't change. Your consciousness doesn't change. Just the perception of everything around you begins to change. That's why it's so important. Like they say, this world that we live in is to learn these things. And once you learn these things, you can then transcend with the mentality of this world and do anything. Because this world is a fucking school, apparently. That's what the fucking Hindus say. I don't know.
Well, like, there's that whole thing too about like I don't know which culture it is. I don't know if it's Buddhism. I know Buddhism has like something to do with reincarnation,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they say you always keep reincarnating until you're able to figure it out. You figure once you have figured life out, like,
yeah,
and that's why people just over and over again
Yeah.
will be reincarnated.
yeah.
But once you figure out, that's when you can step into the next plane.
And they say why, like reincarnation, to make it like a real thing, right? Like reincarnation is like when your soul leaves your body and you're not trained in spiritual things to meditate and relax when that's happening, you'll jump to the next thing that you can see that looks like a body because you're so used to being in a body. So like you're not used to just being a floating consciousness, which is really what you are, just inside of a body. But when you're so ignorant to that and you live your whole life just trying to get $1 million and have the best job and have like all these amazing things that aren't real, like material shit, you'll just literally not even see that that's even a thing to begin with, and then you'll transcend out of your body and you'll see just anything and jump to it because you're so scared and terrified that you thought this wasn't even a real thing. It's just a theory, though.
No,
You know?
I like how you hit at the end. It's just a theory, though. You know, nothing crazy. Just a little something we're working on.
This is a little theory I'm working on here.
Bro.
In a book I'm writing. Don't worry about that.
What are we? I'm the alpha. You should definitely take a weed.
It's weird, man. Simulation theory is weird, but it's sick as fuck to think about, dude, and I love it.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
I think the aliens gave us that mentality for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you have to spread the knowledge of the simulation, right? Because it helps a lot. But I don't know if it's real or not. But goddamn, is it so much fun to talk about?
Well, sometimes I really feel like we genuinely, like, at one point we had like a superior race, you know,
Yeah.
which was fucking just someone like something that was capable of using like frequencies and vibrations, because that's what people have been talking about
Yeah.
lately. It's becoming more of like a common thing to bring up is like how certain frequencies and vibrations can really target and
Yes.
change things,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel like honestly, it wouldn't even surprise me if like human beings toppled those people. like human beings took over or something like that. It's like this is just me going on a
Yeah,
fucking
no.
rant right now. Ooh, my little ideas. But like, bro, it's just like those things I think about where I'm just like, God damn, bro, like we always talk about that. I always forget the name of it, but that library that was destroyed that had like all the book, like all those books of knowledge
Yeah.
and information
Yeah.
that we don't know.
I wish
And
I
it's
knew the
like,
name
why
of it.
was it destroyed? It's like it was probably destroyed because
It
there were
had
so many things there, bro.
it had secrets to how you could move those massive boulders in the pyramids, bro. Like
Yeah.
it had like all these secrets of how to probably to how to manipulate sound waves to lift heavy items, like all kinds of things, bro. That
Purposes for like rituals and like all those kinds of things. Because that's, dude, rituals and
Like-
sacrifices were like so
yeah,
common.
like the flower of life, that imprint that I have tattooed on my fucking elbow, like that, just to show it to the fucking, just so they can have a visual of the fucking actual emblem. That was on the fucking Temple of Osiris. That has been in like China. That has been in India. It has been all in these places to where they have like some sort of gravitational manipulation, which is like how they were able to build. It's some sort of ancient knowledge in that design that does something, bro, but nobody knows what.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's in the same sort of things.
Yeah.
In so many different parts of the
Mega
world.
structures, like structures that make you
Yeah.
question, like it's only in places that make you go, how is that humanly possible?
Yeah, as if there were like teachings that were brought around to each
Through
area.
the symbols, bro.
Yes,
and
bro.
And it's just a circle on circles. And all it is a circle stacked on top of each other 7 times, just in a particular way. So it's nothing intricate at all. It's extremely simple, but simplicity stacked on top of each other makes complexity. And it's crazy how that is when it's just something so simple.
It is
A circle.
No, man.
That's the epitome of the human existence. A fucking circle, bro. That's what
The cycle.
That's literally it.
Yeah, no. And I mean, like, don't they say? I feel like we talked about this on a podcast before, but like, how the pyramids are kind of perfectly aligned in a way. Like like all the pyramids around the world.
It's
they're
something.
all kind of like.
There's something to do where they're lined up astrologically in a way, to where they're lined up with the stars to a way to where it's like ridiculous. I can't remember exactly what.
Like it cannot be like a coincidence. type of
Exactly,
deal.
dude. They're lined up perfectly astronomically to where like it means something. I can't remember exactly that story, but I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
They're lined up for a reason, on a purpose that lines up with the stars. So these people are so sophisticated and thinking about things that you would never even think that they're thinking about.
Yeah, bro.
I know. It's crazy. But you know what? We're gonna stop talking about simulations here. We're gonna talk about women.
Women.
We're gonna talk about women because the KYE show is pro women. A lot of people don't like to think that, but we love women here on the KYE show. We are pro woman. We are
Who doesn't think we're pro woman?
No, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that think we're not pro women.
It's a lot of them. Like a ton of people. Like at least like 5 or 6.
There's at least like 5 or 6 people that watch these things and they look at us and go, "They're not pro women."
Oh
I know
God,
pro women.
woman haters.
Well, if I wasn't pro women, I'd never tell you a story like this. Okay, here it is:
Good
the
God.
Night Witches of World War II.
The Night Witches of World War II.
Yes, sir.
You got
dude.
me. I'm in.
The
Let's hear it
night,
out.
dude. A fucking group.
This is real.
Is this fuck? I wouldn't tell you
Okay,
lies, bro.
Okay. Fuck. That sounds cool. All right.
The fucking it's an all female squadron, bro.
Okay.
And they named themselves the Night Witches.
That's sick as
Are
fuck.
you dude, that's
Why
like
haven't I seen this in Call of Duty?
that is the coolest shit.
Night Witches?
On the
Bro, that's fire.
So we're going to dive into the incredible story of the Night Witches, an all-female Soviet bomber regiment
Okay.
that terrorized German forces during World War II.
Mm.
These women flew outdated planes, often lower altitudes to avoid detections, bro, from the goddamn radars, bro. So they would be flying, like, if you fly... My brother-in-law, he flies helicopters. We'll have him on the podcast one of these days, and we'll interview him and have him all these creepy questions we can ask him.
No, you've
Fucking-
heard a lot of stories about that guy. Hell
But
yeah.
apparently, if you fly, I think it's like between 15 to like 30 feet above land level, you're below the radar. That's why they use helicopters to like do like extreme like combat and shit, because like they're the only ones that can go under radar for the most part. Unless you're like one of those crazy subsonic fucking planes, because then they do all kinds of weird shit. But
Yeah.
according to him, though, if you stay under a certain ground level, you're off radar.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many feet though? You said like 15 feet.
I wish he was here, bro. He
That's
would know
crazy.
exactly.
Crazy. 15 feet, bro. You know how close that is?
Oh, dude, the crazy shit that he does.
That's
is
like
crazy.
2 of me, bro.
Bro, he told me one thing. He told me one story about how he was in Turkey one time and like they had these projectile missiles that they were shooting at them, and like the guys that were in there go, "Don't worry, bro. They're so incompetent, their missiles can't reach our helicopters." And he's like, okay, I trust you. And he's like, no, don't even do it. And like those fuckers would come up and shoot, bro, and pop like fucking 25 to 30 feet right under him and explode.
Really?
But they know that their military is so shit that it's not going to kill them. So like they just drive, just having bombs blowing up on them, knowing that they can't hit them. But you still have to be like, oh, I hope they are bad.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, okay. And then you're the one that gets the helicopter where today we learn we can no longer do this.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
like,
cool.
Fuck me, bro.
Pretty sick, pretty sick. But yeah, so the Germans feared them so much, they nicknamed them the Night Witches, dude.
So they didn't call themselves it. The Germans gave them the name.
Because of their like crazy like
Tactics. I mean,
you
you're
know what I
like you're low level fighting,
You know?
and you're coming in at shitty planes, and you're attacking. Well, like Night Witches, bro. That's pretty cool. I just wonder how they came to be.
Well, so I think they just were all females. So like I don't know how they all came to be. They flew biplanes though that were really slow, right? And like the biplanes are so slow, and you can fly them slow to the ground that they're undetectable by radar. So they would use biplanes in World War II, right? And then they would fucking they flew without parachutes in freezing weather. And most of the pilots, bro, flew at least 18 missions a night.
Yeah. Those Night Witches
We're on meth.
were forced to do that. Like that sounds like that does not sound like something you're like, I am willing to do this.
No, dude, the silent guiding made it seem like witches on broomsticks were attacking.
I mean, it's horrifying. I'm assuming they attacked at night.
Yeah, they definitely attacked at night, dude. They attacked at night.
But it's funny because, like, how were the Germans able to be like, there's some bitches up there?
They knew. What do you think? What do you think they left to know that they were female? Like a tampon fell out of the fucking airplane or something? Like what happened exactly?
That's so funny for them to just be like
how the fuck do they know? That's true.
Night Witches.
Ugh.
But it's cool because they probably didn't know that it was females, and they just called it like witches, like Night Witches, and then it just so happened
to be female.
That'd
be pretty sick.
That is sick, huh? I mean, shit.
That'd be pretty fucking sick.
Witches are cool.
The Night Witches remind us, though, that bravery isn't about having the best tools, okay? It's about using what you've got and refusing to back down. These women didn't just fight a war. They redefined what it means to be fearless, okay?
I mean, that's crazy. That's insane. Especially when you think about how, like, the cold temperatures were and shit like that. Flying, bro, in a shitty plane.
Bombing.
Bombing, and
bombing
it's
the fucking Nazis,
slow.
bro.
And it's slow.
It's a slow one.
Like, it's a slow fucking ride,
But
bro.
you're thinking somebody forced them to do this.
Well, when I hear those temperatures and how horrible it is...
It was the Soviet Union. I mean, they're...
That's what I'm saying.
It was the Soviet Union.
And when did this happen? Because Soviet was on, like, they were on board with Germany until Germany decided to screw them over.
What year did this happen?
Yeah. It had to be the same year, right?
1930, or no, it didn't. That's just the year that throughout it happened, 1939 through 1945, because that's the years.
Oh, because that's when the war, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I gotta.
But bro, no, that's so fucking insane. I wonder what they look like. Maybe I should look it up.
Yeah, look up their logo real quick.
Night Witches.
Yeah, look up the Night Witches in World War II. See if you can get a cool logo in there.
Night Witches logo.
So. Go ahead and look up Night Witches.
Yeah, no, this definitely doesn't look like a group I'd want to fuck with.
They look like some pretty cool cats. Show them a picture.
Let me see if I can get like a sideways image of this.
Looks like it's going to shrink to a really annoying size. There's only 5 of them?
This is your captain speaking. There's a couple of them.
Those are the Night Witches, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
Fuck
picture.
yeah.
This is the picture that comes up on Google when I look up Night Witches. All right, there you go.
You guys see that?
Let me know if they can see it.
It's a Night Witch. That's a few of them. They're all in a line there. As you can see, it's in black and white because
back then they didn't have color.
They didn't have color.
Fun fact. Color.
Color's a new thing.
Color television. Night Witches at War. The Soviet woman pilots of World War II. Oh, there's a book. $7.95.
I'm not buying that. Can you imagine?
What about this one? That one looks nice.
I'll actually buy that one. Yeah.
That's cool though.
No, it is cool.
bomber pilot,
Bomber
dude.
pilots,
To be
bro,
a
and they're
woman
all
bomber
female,
pilot
bro.
in World War II.
Night witches? Are you fucking kidding? Come on, dude. We're pro women. We're pro whammon. All right. Anyway.
Those fucking guys
But-
saw those planes, saw those bombs inside those planes, and like, there's a chance they're not coming back. Fucking shit, and they proven wrong.
There's an absolute
That's so
chance.
cool. Oh yeah.
So then we'll explore the paradox of choice.
Choice.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
you know, in modern day society, they give us too many goddamn choices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the average human the average human with like an average paycheck, what can they eat for breakfast? There's so many things that one person could eat for breakfast, like to the point to where it's I say it's probably unlimited the amount of things someone could probably eat for breakfast. No, like you could, because then you start. Don't just include breakfast food, but this guy could fucking eat spaghetti, fucking starting his day. You know what I mean? There's
You
so
can
many.
go just as hard as the guy eating a banana.
Exactly. It's like I had lasagna for breakfast. Fuck you, dude. That's what I'm here to do, bro.
Just heat it up a slice of pizza
If you eat lasagna
and a
for
Coke,
breakfast, come on.
and it's 8:30.
Come on. Let's get this party fucking started.
Shit, dude. Breakfast
But
was at 3.
Exactly, it really is. It's the idea of having too many choices leads to anxiety and dissatisfaction, a new study shows, dude.
So you said desire of so many choices leads to what?
Leads to anxiety and dissatisfaction, a new study shows.
Sometimes you don't know what you want.
Yeah, because in the age of endless opinions, like, you know, like streaming services, dating apps, restaurant menus, it paralyzes you, dude. It paralyzes you to where you can't even fucking walk or think or anything.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's like an introvert.
Okay.
It's like, like
Maybe I'm just projecting.
No, because I mean, like, if you're introverted, I feel like you get a little more anxious when it comes to decision making. I don't know. That's kind of how I've always felt.
Interesting.
Like extroverts are kind of just like very open, very kind of just like, I don't know. Like
Soulless.
maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, soulless. Like they don't love anything. No. It's just like I feel like I'm kind of like in between. So like sometimes I feel very introverted, sometimes I feel very extroverted.
Yeah, same.
So like there's times when I'm introverted and like, bro, if I'm like in line to order some food or something,
Yeah.
and I see how busy it is,
Yeah.
and I see how crazy it is, all that shit, I'll just like say something,
Yeah.
and I'll just be like, fuck, I kind of didn't want that, but you know what? That's what I'm eating today. It's like that's what I'm gonna get, and it's just like those moments where I did get an anxious feeling,
Yeah.
because I had so many choices,
Yeah.
and I thought I was on a timer, but in reality, I could have really took my sweet time and
Yeah,
just
no?
figured out what I wanted.
Right. No, but I know exactly what you mean. And it's
Mhm.
like because of the choices and because of the time constraints.
And there's been times where I'll be sitting in line, but like let's say I'm with someone, I'm with like a friend or something.
Yeah.
If I'm with like a homie and we're sitting in line getting some food or something, bro, we're just like waiting. I get to the front, bro. I know what the fuck I want.
Right.
I know like, oh, dude, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. I don't know. That's just so weird. It's kind of interesting you say that because it's true, bro. Like having so many choices
Is a problem.
But that could have also just been the play of being in like around so many people too.
It's
But,
just
like-
like freedom. Too much freedom paralyzes you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's a weird concept because it's really about the balance, right? Because you don't want too many choices, right? For me, I'd say anything over 3 choices is too many.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need any more than 3 choices. Honestly, that's too many right there. But I don't go past 3 choices because if you have more than 3 choices, bro, like what the fuck? Your whole day is gonna be spent on just making decisions and not even doing really anything.
I mean, you're so right, bro. Like, I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, when I go and I place a bet on a player, I'm like, I could go for 4 rebounds. I go for 5 rebounds. I go for 6 rebounds.
Why are there
And then I checked his stats, and I'm like, homie hasn't hit 6 rebounds in like 8 games.
So there's like
So then I go back, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have bet on the rebounds. Maybe I should go for the assists. Maybe I should go for the assists plus rebounds combined and see what the combo
there's
is.
too much shit to
Too
bet on.
many.
There's too much shit to bet on.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Back in the day, the only thing you could bet on was are they gonna win or are they gonna fucking lose?
And then you know what the best part is? You place the fucking bet, bet, and after you place it, you're anxious if it's gonna hit. You're like, I wonder if it's gonna happen. I wonder if he's gonna do it. You know, and that right there, that's like a whole fucking serotonin like thing,
It
bro.
is.
You
It
know,
is. It is.
yeah, I get the fucking I don't know. I just get the high going up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then if it hits, oh yes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't,
Yeah.
fuck.
And then that and like that for someone like me that it's like no, we will try again and we will succeed. So then it's just like I'll just keep popping and
Oh,
keep
dude,
popping.
that happened yesterday. Dude, I went so good yesterday. I turned like $100 into like $300.
Okay.
And then I thought I was on fire, but I lost like $80 more at the end of the night.
So what did it break to?
I mean, I still walked out of there with money, but at the end of the day, if I'm looking at it, bro, I started off only with $50.
Yeah.
I made all the way money, but I lost $80. So technically, I kind of lost $30. Like I actually lost $30 more. You know, like they got $30 more out of me, even though I won. You know, I still look at it like I lost.
Because you bet it? Because you bet?
Yeah, because technically there was $80 more that I could have just took out, put in my bank account, but I put it on other bets because I won.
You won that bet. See, that's the tricky part about that. It's basically like going to like a fucking place and them giving
When
you...
should I have stopped?
well, it's basically like somebody going to a place and them giving you store credit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, fuck, I might as well... There's something with the psychology of that to where it's like, well, now that they've given me the money, I might as well spend it.
Well, you're right, bro. Like
what is the... What
you sit
human
there and you're
anatomy...
You're like, there's $300 in my account I could use to bet. What? No, bro. There's $300 to pull out because you won. You know, like
that's like the weird part about it.
Life
It really
of a
is.
gambler, man.
It's hard.
Be like that, bro.
I'll only gamble if we go to whatchamacallit,
Like Hard Rock or something.
Yeah, when we
like
go
the
to
actual casino.
Hard Rock Tampa.
We could do that.
We need to do that. We need to do
Is it
that.
in Tampa?
Yes, bro.
Okay.
It's on an Indian reservation in Tampa, and it's like you're in Vegas, but you can play craps, you can play
giant
poker.
guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so sick, bro.
Go look at the giant guitar.
I love guitars.
Me too. You can look at the giant guitar. We don't talk much about guitars on this.
No, we'll get to that stage.
We're two guitarists, dude. You keep your fucking eyes peeled, okay?
Yeah.
Don't you fucking.
Well, it'll be a subject eventually.
Don't you worry. There'll be live performances.
We'll be performing live for you guys right here
in this car.
Orlando,
I almost
Florida,
brought my
in
guitar,
this
dude. I almost could just end it in a solo. I could play in the back seat. That'd be pretty sick.
And just you alone in my car.
That'd be sick. You getting all the cool angles, like fucking up
And you have
and
like a
down.
flower in your mouth. Just
Be sick, bro.
playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I'm literally telling you, it'd be fucking sick. Well, if the paradox of choice is real, why do I still feel like I have to try every flavor of woman before picking vanilla? I'll let you guys fucking... I'll let you deal with that one, because that one's...
Which flavor you on now, buddy? Which flavor you trying out at the moment?
It's such a weird one, dude. I shouldn't have said that.
You said it like a talk show.
Yeah, I know, because I wrote that like a talk show host. Like, I wrote it in...
Well, I get 500 for vanilla women.
All right, man. So, we're going to end it, man, on something spooky.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to end it on the Bell Witch legend. Are you familiar with the Bell Witch legend?
I'm just kidding.
Is it?
No, I don't want to talk about that, bro.
You
I have the Bell Witch?
Yeah.
What? Bell Witch what?
The Bell Witch. Just like the Bell Witch trials. You know, like the Bell Witch, like hauntings and all that shit? You hear about that? Like, they made a movie about it. The Bell Witch. It's in Tennessee. It's a
The
southern
Bell
haunting.
Witch? Did they change the name of it?
I don't think so. Why?
Because I don't think it's called Bell Witch.
What's it called? No, it's not that one in the woods.
Oh, never mind. I thought
Is
that's what
that-
you were talking about. You said witch.
Is that called the Bell Witch?
It's not called Bell Witch.
Fucking fun fact, that was filmed in Orlando.
Yeah, fuck it was. What
That
fuck
was
is
the
it
Bell
called?
Witch files, bro. What is that? Look that up real quick. That was filmed in Orlando.
I don't even know what to look up.
Bell Witch.
Bell Witch movie. I don't know. There's no W in movie.
Is it the Bell Witch?
It's a horror drama. Bell Witch the movie. This is different,
Why do I
brother.
keep hearing why do I keep wanting to say the Bell Witch trials?
Because there's there's something witch trials. What the fuck is it called? What? It's something witch trials, right? It's got to be, right?
It's the whatchamacallit, but there was one in Massachusetts that was the Salem witch trials.
Okay, I think that's what I'm thinking.
It's not the Salem.
Yeah, Salem witch trials. But the Salem witch trials, is that the shit that happened? That's like the Crucible, right? That has to do with the Crucible, no?
I don't know what that is. Look up Bell Witch Trial.
Okay.
Let's just see
Well,
what
that's what I
that
was
said.
on. Bell Witch.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, well, I looked up Bell Witch movie, so I guess I'll look up Bell Witch trial.
I think they put this thing on trial.
The Bell Witch legend is a well-documented supernatural story that has inspired many trials and accusations of witchcraft.
Okay, never mind. Fair enough.
Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking
All right,
about.
I'm gonna let you take over.
This one happened in 1817 from the Bell family experiencing unexplainable phenomena. Okay.
Phenomena. All
We're
right.
talking strange noises.
Mhm.
Okay, it started with faint knocking sounds on the walls and doors, escalating to eerie scratching and gnawing sounds. We're talking poltergeist activity. Objects moving on their own, bed sheets pulling at night, family members reporting feeling invisible hands touching them.
Ooh.
We're talking spirit speaks. Doesn't even make any sense.
Got a little touchy spirits. Fuck.
Their spirits speak, apparently, dude. The entity eventually began to communicate, claiming to be named Kate, a spirit who had been wronged by the Bell family. Kate's voice was said to be clear and conversational, unlike most ghosts. So you could talk to this ghost, apparently.
Interesting.
Escalation of events, okay? The entity's hatred for John Bell, which was the dad, okay? It focused most of its attacks on him, like cursing him and with like physical elements like the swelling in his throat, which is weird, which is like the same type of shit I had when I meditated on that fucking grave or whatever. The Bell witch also tormented John's youngest daughter, Betsy, pulling her hair, slapping her, and leaving her bruised. Okay. Victors, including skeptics, also witnessed the phenomenon, which gave the legend widespread. You know, and not to bring back old Andrew Jackson into this podcast, okay, but he's back. Andrew Jackson himself encountered the poltergeist of this house, okay, and reported to visit the farm and said, yeah, it was indeed haunted. It was haunted. Dude, if Andrew Jackson says it's fucking haunted, it has to be fucking haunted. There's no way it's not, dude. All right? That was a weird note. His party allegedly was harassed by the spirit, dude, with one account claiming their wagon wheels stopped unexpectedly. Oh, my God.
Well, you don't even know what you wrote? What happened? Good God! You're like, I can't read this?
Apparently, he'd rather fight the British than fight the Bell Witch, dude. That's what he said.
I just
Which is
the mic. Sorry. I couldn't help but notice that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. But yeah, you know what I mean? He fucking why do I keep like this is like the
Well,
what
year was this again?
Well, hold on. What made you what year was this? This was year 1817.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it lasted for 3 years until 1820 when John Bell died. But he died in a weird way to where like there was like a vial of like poison next to him. So they're saying that like the poltergeist poisoned him. But after John Bell died, the haunting was over. So I'm wondering like why did it want to kill John Bell? This gets back to the interdimensional simulation theory, right? Because that guy talks about ghosts and shit and how they're just like interdimensional like consciousness that just don't have bodies. Do you see what I'm saying? It's back to that theory of like your consciousness is out of your body and you're stuck in that realm of getting back into a body and not getting into a body. So you're just a spirit floating around, and that's what a ghost essentially is, right? So it's kind of like there's a science to explain a ghost too, which is kind of weird. There's like science behind it.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel like there were some people back then that were a lot smarter than other people.
Right.
So like,
right.
For all you know, it's like he was married and his wife was like fucking tricking him or some shit the whole time, or like you know like like someone's tricking him and making him believe all these things and stuff. Because I don't know, it just sounds so weird. Because like if I heard a story like that nowadays, bruh, obviously times have changed and shit compared to back then. But my first reaction would just be like, bro, are you like hitting your daughter? Like you're hitting your kid? You know, you're trying to blame a ghost for the bruises and shit on your kid. Like, are you like, how stupid do you think I am? You know what I mean, though?
Back in 1870 or what was it?
1817, you said?
Yeah, 1817. You could probably like if the police come to your door. I didn't hit her. A ghost did it.
Who's the damn ghost?
Goddamn, this house has been.
Like,
Ask Andrew
right before they
Jackson.
come in, it's like, you tell him it was a fucking ghost.
Andrew Jackson comes in there, hits her a few fucking times. Fucking yeah, it was a ghost.
It's like it's his homeboy. No, we went to high school together.
Yeah, him and Andrew went to fucking
Bro,
high school.
I need
together.
you to say that this ghost is real. You won't believe the shit I'm in. I need you to say it. What is his name? Fucking
John Bell.
Andrew Jackson walks out the alley. Oh, that shit's real. I saw it.
It is, dude.
I seen it.
John Bell, dude. Apparently, he's the Bell Witch Cave. There's a cave near the old farm, and it's still a popular tourist attraction. I want to go there eventually.
Oh, okay. It's a
We'll-
tourist
we'll-
attraction.
We'll
huh?
record that shit. The Bell Witch Cave. It's a cave next to the house. You know what I mean? That apparently like still has some weird energy in there. We'll find out.
Okay.
Well, stay tuned. We'll
It's like
find
it's
out.
like a cave.
Yeah, it's a cave next to the house because it's like a farm, like where this happened.
It's a tourist
and
attraction.
and it's in Tennessee.
There's got to be more people there, right? It's like a popular thing.
It's somewhat of a tourist attraction, yeah. So it's like probably like one of that ghost fucking thing or whatever the fuck.
It's fire though. We definitely. I wanna check that out. Let's see if there's more spooky places here.
There's definitely some spooky places, especially downtown. Like they have there's a haunted brothel we have to explore. Because like there was a
Okay.
brothel during like Western times in this part of Florida, and
Oh no! This ghost is sucking my dick.
that's right.
No.
There's nothing worse than a ghost sucking your dick.
Oh, stupid ghost.
There's nothing worse.
You better stop.
That's what the ghost will do. Well, that's what literally the ghost will do.
No.
That's what that is. It's a ghost literally fucking glucking, dude. That's literally what the fuck that is. It's really what that shit is. You know, and that concludes it, man. You know, that wraps up the Kill Your Ego show.
Yeah. that was a
Without
good one.
Dez. This is the first one without
Yes,
Dez.
the first one out, Dez, and hopefully we don't do that a lot.
This is the
you
first
know?
and last, man. You know, we don't like
We
to
just
break
couldn't
up.
we couldn't take that break. You know, we're
can't do
on
that.
such a good flow right now that
We
we
can't
don't
do
want
that.
we don't want to take breaks right
I think there's one more we probably have to do without Dez.
now. Maybe
Maybe.
we could probably
hope-
make it like
I
because
hope
we know
not.
we want to go out to the trail that's near us.
Yeah.
We wanted to do that for a while, and I was thinking about like how would we be able to like make like a kind of like a mini vlog, you know, like a 30-minute podcast instead of like a whole hour.
Yeah.
But we can make it where we like kind of like show us going throughout it, and then we have a podcast you
At
know?
the end?
Yeah, you know,
Oh.
like it just like speed up. You know how you have the intro in the beginning where we just kind
yeah.
of walk through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was
So,
thinking
the
like,
beginning would be that. Yeah.
us walking all the way
I
to
like
the
that.
island.
I like
you
that.
know?
And then the show would start on the island.
Yeah.
And then that would be another 30 minutes.
Yeah,
And then
it
that
would just be like a 30-minute quick one, you know.
That's
Because
an
I mean,
interesting
like
concept.
those are kind of I don't know, it's kind of cool. I like the whole idea of like how you recorded that video and you sped it up until
Yeah.
the video actually started.
Yeah.
That shit was sick. But let us know what you guys think.
We'll run it. We'll run it. Bro, don't forget, kill your ego, not yourself.
Cut it.